The synthetic sunlight felt sterile, a poor substitute for the warm caress of a real sun. I ran a gloved hand over the synthetic leaves of the rosemary bush, a splash of green in my otherwise sterile laboratory. Kepler 186f was beautiful, no doubt, but it had a breathtaking artificiality to it. Years here, and I still yearned for the smell of damp earth, for the earthy scent of pine needles, for the messy tangle of a genuine oak tree. That yearning, I sometimes suspected, was why I pushed myself so hard, why I sought that one extraordinary discovery, that plant that could bridge the gap between this harsh alien world and the earth I'd left behind. A high-frequency alert jolted me from my thoughts. Another biologist lost. The signal had been scrambled, impossible to decipher, with only the recurring, maddening phrase blurring, echoing through the static. I cursed, tucking away my longing, focusing on the details of my latest find. It was found in a remote cave complex, deep underground, pulsating with an ethereal blue luminescence. An uncommon moss, with tendrils that seemed to writhe and shift in the light. Could this be it? The thing that would make me more than just another cog in the terraforming machine, the one who truly connected this strange world to my home. The first biodome test was encouraging. The moss's luminescence intensified as it pulsed, and I noticed distortions. Objects near the moss shimmered, their edges blurring, seemingly disappearing and reappearing. Then, a chilling realization, the reflection in the dome's surface was wavering, growing indistinct. My own. Panic clawed at me. The readings were off the charts. I couldn't contain it. The tendrils stretched beyond the dome's seal, creeping across the hard floor. Sleep offered no escape, filled with fragmentary images, shadows shifting and whispering. I saw others, faces blurred, voices echoing distortions of familiar words. I tried to call headquarters, my fingers shaking as I typed. Moss anomaly, potential biohazard, multiple researcher disappearances, communication lines disrupted. Static replaced my words, the signals swallowed by an encroaching silence. I wasn't alone in the dark. The moss was claiming my reality, my thoughts, my sanity. Driven by a primal need to understand, I ventured deeper into the field, into the heart of the cave complex. The world shimmered around me, a cascade of light and shadow. I started seeing glimpses of things hidden within the shimmer-fragmented forms, fleeting spectres of movement. It was as if the moss wanted me to see its hidden layers, its full story. Then, a realization pierced through the chaos. The moss wasn't malevolent. It was desperately protecting something ancient, primal, residing within the depths of the cave. Terror gave way to an overwhelming empathy, an instinctive link to this fragile creation. I descended further, drawn by a pulsing light, deeper into the earth's heart. And there, in a vast cavern, I saw it, a massive crystalline structure pulsing with that same ethereal blue light. It was the source, a nexus of consciousness older than time, communicating not with words but with light patterns, the dance of disappearing and reappearing forms. I felt an echo of home, a resonance with a primordial earth long vanished from my memories. It chose me, to be its messenger, its bridge back to the surface, to the world that had forgotten. The crystalline structure reached out, its light engulfing me, weaving me into its intricate fabric. I understood. My yearning wasn't just for earth, it was for connection, for belonging, and I found it, not in my reflection, but in the vast light-chasing heart of this alien world. As my consciousness faded, I was no longer Ether Cummings, the botanist. I was the echo of a forgotten song, a whispered promise carried on the wings of light, home.